We can tell that this is a wedding gown because of the auspicious signs on it and the character for double happiness on the front. But it is not an ordinary wedding gown. It is clearly a theatrical costume, which to some degree replicates what might have been seen in a wedding gown for a woman of the elite. You have the red colors and the sumptuous embroidery. However, other aspects, the streamers, the mirrors, for example, mark this particular gown as something that comes from the realm of the theater.
This is a really visually stunning object, and one of the things is the colors and the mirrors. What we see on this stunning objects of women's clothing would be the extensive embroidery and would be some of the themes of the embroidery. I think we see butterflies, we see bats, but I think this is a very extreme garment, and I was just really longing to imagine what it would have looked like in motion. The streamers and the multiple layers and the multiple levels are really very spectacular.
You also had those little almost still life scenes of the vase and the bonsai. Or the gourds, and melons in another little grouping on these individual sort of layered flaps. And again, those also add up to auspicious messages, again, this kind of visual punning. But the fact that you just get the layers of all of these, and as a woman would move, you'd even see the contrasting color of the interior brocade of the robe. So it's like a festival of just color and shiny silk imagery and glittery mirrors too.
Yeah.
And to bring it to a materialistic level, these are all extremely expensive materials. These are the finest types of silk. There's more than one kind of silk. The buttons, we had some jade buttons on some of the fasteners.
And some silver buttons.
Some silver buttons, and also some gold beading that was also done in kind of a relief. Looks like embroidery, but it was actual gold beading on there in addition. So this is very, very sumptuous, very, very high class, and I think you're right. It's probably meant for really, really special occasions of very elite woman.
So this is something that mattered to an individual woman's life, or to maybe generations of women's lives. I mean, in a sense, it's kind of the mystery of the object. What are the ceremonies? What are the great events where this dress was important?
In this particular time and this particular place, and maybe we could say throughout all of Chinese history, to throw it out there, you were what you wear. Your identity was very much tied to what you were wearing. So again, to go back to the
Jochi,
and choose your clothing carefully.
Choose your clothing carefully, and to go then thinking more back and how important textiles are, and the description of the textiles and what people are wearing. That signifies to a certain audience so much more than this is just a fancy dress. This is something laden with meaning.
I mean, the thing about Chinese clothing, women's clothing, is they don't reveal the body, the contours, the silhouette at all. It's all about the fabric. And if we get back to the erotics, that fabrics are erotic. And actually there are also Japanese scholars that talk about pre-modern Japan.
It was all we could do not to touch it.
Right. that sensual quality, the visual pleasure of it is not a replacement for the body, but it is where the sensuality of the body is located. So in addition to, of course, it's also your status to the outside world.